Valentine's Day is just around the corner and you may be looking for a few last-minute, quick and easy, nice crafts to either sell or to give to a loved one. So this is a list of a few different things that you can do. I'm not going to show you how to make a card or any of those kinds of things. We're going to do a fun few little different crafts. My name is Kelly and let's get clacking. The first one on my list are tic-tac-toe bags. These are little satin bags that I got from Merrypack. They were very cheap. And they also have velvet and satin bags. Bear in mind that you can sublimate on satin. So that is super cool. Let's see how much they are. 42 Rand for 5 little bags. Now, of course, you can use any bag for these tic-tac-toe bags. I find the satin ones just give it that little bit of extra oomph. And when you add HTV on top of it, it looks really cute. Now, what you can do here is to cut out little hearts and X's out of your heavy chipboard using your knife blade on your Cricut Maker. I think that it adds a little bit something extra, and obviously you can then paint them or cover them in vinyl or something like that to add a little bit of extra oomph. Another craft that seems to be wildly popular, and this one is especially great for kids. So this is a little coloring in card. Now, Cricut Design Space has lots of them available in Cricut Access, but obviously you can very easily make your own by just simply replicating the section where you put the crayons or the pens into. It is important to know that if you are not from America and you spell color with a U in it, you may not find them. So I would suggest using the American spelling without the U in the word color in order to find these in Cricut Access. Another great little craft that you can do, one that I haven't been able to do myself, so I'll try and insert some pictures here from Pinterest, but it is to have a little bucket. You can find a little bucket at most, crazy stores or dollar store essentially type places for those of you watching in the US. And you can decorate them with beautiful little hearts. You can put the name on them. You can even put some treats in there and cover it with cellophane and have it as a nice little gift basket or a gift bucket. People really love personalized toys, and I think it's really nice to have something that is nice and cuddly. So if you're looking for, this could potentially also be something very good to sell. You can use heat transfer vinyl and your mini press to add on a name onto a toy, onto a little teddy bear, a little elephant, anything like that. Now, another idea, which is great for all of those couples out there, if you struggle with date night ideas, I've actually put together an SVG of many date night ideas that you can draw and then cut out with your Cricut. So you don't have to sit there writing everything by hand, and if you don't have a printer, that's no problem. You just need a pen and a piece of paper or cardstock or whatever the case may be. You can set your Cricut to draw them all out, cut them up. Take a nice jar. I like using these old coffee pot jars. I keep them and I clean them out and then put vinyl on them. And obviously they come with a nice little lid on it as well. And you can put date night ideas, and then when it comes time to a date night, you can simply just pull something out there and then go and do that thing. I think that's a great idea for couples that maybe struggle to decide on what to do. Another super cute thing to do is a fun set of socks. You can use these as your date night socks, so whenever it's time for date night, you can put on the socks and then your significant other knows it's time for date night. I'm also going to share an SVG that I made of a fun little saying that you can put on your socks. Another fun option that you can do as a gift to your significant other or as a gift for sale is to put a picture on canvas. Now, in my background, probably just above my head there is a foil balloon that I did with Snippy Sisters many moons ago. It's more of a silhouette tutorial though, but I will link the video up in the top if you want to check that one out. So the idea here is to take a picture that is essentially just being converted into a single tone image. And what you can do with that is you can cut that out of vinyl and put that onto a canvas, maybe put your wedding date on it or something like that. And that is a beautiful idea for, like I said, not only a gift for your significant other, or as a beautiful thing to be able to sell. Now, there's a lot of time involved in these ones, so I wouldn't recommend selling them for very cheap. I wouldn't recommend trying to do this in about half an hour because it might take a little longer than that, especially the cutting. So it's a beautiful gift, but it just takes a little bit longer than some of the other gifts. Something else that I've seen floating around are wooden boards with slats, and they have the different dates of when milestones have been achieved in a relationship. As an example, you met in 2020, you got engaged in 2022, and let's say your wedding is set for 2024 or something like that, you know, then you can put either, if you know the exact dates, then you can put those on the board, but if you don't, then you can just leave them as the years. And of course, when it comes to applying things onto wood, heat transfer vinyl or iron-on is generally my go-to, as it's a lot easier to work with. It sticks no problem and it lasts a lot longer. Another fun option is to make a wine bottle label. Now, a wine bottle label you can do with printable vinyl. So, you know, many different suppliers supply printable vinyl, but at the moment I have the Snippy Sisters printable vinyl. If you wanted to seal it, you could seal it with a layer of polyacrylic or some Rust-Oleum or Krylon spray that you can just spray over the picture. If you want it to be a little bit more water resistant, most vinyls themselves are water resistant, but unfortunately in most cases, unless we're talking eco-solvent ink, the ink that you put onto the vinyl isn't water resistant. So what you would need to do is just either put a clear sheet of vinyl over the top of it or seal it with something else, maybe some Mod Podge, some polyacrylic spray or something like that. And then you'll be able to have something that'll last a little bit longer than a day. Now, a few of these things that I've left to the end are a little bit more R-rated, so if you're not really super keen on hearing about things that aren't completely family friendly, I'm going to keep them still relatively family friendly, but it's up to you. You decide. So if you're not keen on hearing about those things, you're welcome to click off the video now. Okay, so now, those of you that have still remained, a couple of things that I find really fun. They're more gag gift type things, but obviously completely usable still. And the first one that made its rounds last year was fun underwear. Now, the fun underwear had many different sayings on it. I'll try and put some pictures from Pinterest on the screen at the moment. And they're a lot of fun to do because they're very humorous and obviously they'll invoke a couple of laughs. But like I said, they're a little bit more R-rated. The next one is dice. Now what I did is I got little wooden blocks from P&A. They were very small, so I mean if you could get slightly bigger ones I would probably recommend it. But on the dice you can put many different kinds of things. So you can have an action and then a location. So you can say, as an example, kiss hands. So one dice will be the verb and the other dice will be the location. And you can use many different kinds of things. I know there are lots of templates out there that you can use when you're making these kinds of dice. So maybe it's a good idea that I've given you to maybe go and check out yourself and see what other things you want to actually put on your dice. Now, if you want to know how to price these items, this video will show you exactly what you need to do and have a downloadable asset. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future, and remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon!